Panel judges, fellow narrators. Uh, Today I will be giving the importance and point for the side position and going on to my argument. First, we have to understand why we are having this motion, or why we are having this debate in the first place. Because this comes to the point where this problem exists because there is animals suffering from cruelty, maybe all these cage velocity and all this stuff. I will address that in my point later. And moving on with my photos, the side position has been saying that we are trying to get same equal rights as humans for the animals, but I think they have not been listening to the side position proposition because what we have been saying is we both as animals and humans, we both have values, equal values, and we have to respect that. And not we are not saying that dogs should have the same right as humans because uh, take humans as an example. In a world, in our world, in a human world, uh, a person with difficulties in sight and problems cannot get a driver's license in some situations. So there is a difference. The right is different. So like that, the rights of animals and humans are different. So we have to respect according to that and respect according to the value. Because we are saying that they don't have to suffer because this they don't have to suffer the all this cruelty. And also to address the point of decision making, they said that humans are the decision makers, so they have this value in this world. So who made this system? Yes, who made this system? Humans did because the way of nature did not make the humans the decision makers. The way of nature, this way of the system was made by humans themselves. And this is where the stereotypes come from. They said that animals, because of the animals, the stereotypes have been arise. But these have been arising from humans itself too because of these, because they are very intelligent, they are developed. So this is uh, this is why the thing of speciesism has come. We are humans think that we are the dominant species in the of the world. So we have to um, we have what right to use these animals. It comes to my point to begin. I'm talking about exploitation animals. When it comes to exploitations, this happens in the entertainment industry and also in entertainment industry. Animals are used from private individuals and also zoos, circuses, and also domestication for in these entertainment industries. And also, I'm talking about overbreeding and also experiments, used for experiment. So, talking about this entertainment thing, so private individuals, meaning millionaires, often use these animals for their own entertainment. Right? In the 1970s, Pablo Escobar, who was a drug king and a millionaire, he wanted a prize, and in Colombia, there were no hippos. He wanted hippos, and he bought for hippos and took them to Colombia, and then they went out to tour, and there are hundreds of hippos in Colombia, which is a threat to the ecosystem in Colombia because hippos are not a natural species in Colombia, and it is it has to come to a point where hippos have been become a invasive species and threat to humans and also the ecosystems, a bit of nature, and then the in zoos, in circuses, these animals are caged and they have been, when they are out, they can't actually survive in the nature, just can't survive in this world. And overtraining and experiments is also like this using animals for their own benefits. With that, I established that nature can survive without humans, but humans cannot survive without nature, and that humanity is a license, is not a license to destroy the environment and thus the motions that